So, you have the ordinance in front of you. You heard the people speak. And I'm going to allow, we'll have to have a motion and a second before we can have discussions.
Mayor, let me say this, for this ordinance to be introduced and voted upon tonight, there would have to be first a motion.
We'll have to suspend the rules.
Okay. And that has to be announced.
Okay. We'll have to have a motion and a second to suspend the rules.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Ms. Garner, please call the roll.
Councilmember Rigel.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson.
Yes.
Councilmember Blaylock.
Yes.
Councilmember Chandler.
Yes.
Councilmember Benton.
Yes.
Councilmember Godwin.
Yes.
Councilmember Moore.
Yes.
Mayor McCain.
Yes. Now it needs a substantive motion to, for the ordinance.
I move we adopt this ordinance. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Now we'll go to discussion. Any discussion?
One thing I'd like to say, and not to beat a dead horse to death, but I was born here, been here all my life. And I do know that this city inherited a worn-out infrastructure. And we've been living with this and patching this all my life. And we've continued to cut back on city workers, trying to balance a budget with limited resources. But for us to provide the services that I understand this community wants and needs, we have got to discontinue patching this worn-out infrastructure. We have got to fix it. It's just like your cardiovascular system. You've got to fix what's down under. You may look like $1 million, but you're dying on the vine. So, what's superficial is one thing, but what lies under the ground is what keeps this city viable as we attempt to provide the services that's needed here to make it viable, not only for businesses coming here and conduct retail, but we've got to have this for all our citizens. Our school system is vitally important, as everyone has said. I back this 100%. And it's one of the most important things you do is provide an education for your people. You've got a good education system, people want to come here. I agree with that. If we've got a good infrastructure system, I think it will enhance businesses coming here because they know we can provide the things that they need to operate their businesses. And I do back this tax 100%.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I do have one question. I know there's been a motion and a second. What is the date that the council would like the levy of the tax, if this ordinance is passed, to become effective?
Well, we need to do it within 30 days, is that correct?
I don't know that the council needs to levy the tax within 30 days. I mean, you can set it whenever you want to.
Okay.
That just needs to be, if it wants to be February 1, March 1, March 23rd,
Okay.
there would need to be a date included in the ordinance that Councilmember Chandler would need to amend his motion to adopt to include that, and if he so chooses, and Councilmember Godwin, if he so chooses to second it, would
Okay.
do that way.
I'll leave it there.
What's the feeling of the council? I don't want to just do it on my own. 1st of February?
Okay.
No, yeah, you're right. Ms. Garnett did remind me of something. It has to be at least 30 days from the time that it's published. I would suggest.
Let's go to March 1st.
Okay.
March 1st.
So that motion is amended. We'll need to vote on that amendment, right?
That's correct. You second, Councilmember Godwin.
Okay. We, all in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now we'll go back to the original thing as amended. So we've had the discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And that motion passes. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Have a motion second to adjourn. All in favor say aye. Aye. We adjourn.